Power. It's a word we don't often associate with the church, and yet it's everywhere, on the pulpit, in boardrooms, behind closed doors. The Bible is full of stories. Some are inspiring, some are troubling. Consider the sons of Eli, Hophni, and Phinehas. They exploited their powerful positions, stole from the offerings, and seduced women at the entrance of the tabernacle, 1 Samuel 2. Samuel's sons, Joel and Abijah, were judges in Israel. They also had authority but misused it for their own gain. They accepted bribes and twisted justice as written in 1 Samuel 8, 1-3. Then there's Jezebel. A queen obsessed with power, she used lies and murder to get her way. She craved Naboth's vineyard and had him killed to take it, 1 Kings 21, 1-14. Her actions show how power can corrupt even the most prominent figures. The story of Athaliah, Jezebel's daughter, is another chilling example. This ruthless queen seized power by killing her own grandchildren. She wanted no rivals to her throne, 2 Kings 11, 1-3. Her actions reveal the depths of cruelty that lust for power can inspire. These ancient stories might seem distant, but they hold timeless truths. They remind us that power, when not used properly, destroys. These stories serve as warnings for us today, especially for those in leadership positions both in churches and secular organizations. What is power? It's the ability to influence others. We all have it to some degree. A kind word can lift someone's spirits. A thoughtless remark can have a negative impact. David McClelland, a motivational theorist, identified 3 driving forces that motivate an individual. This includes power, affiliation, and achievement. It is not surprising that out of the 3 factors, power is the most dominant factor for most leaders, even in the church. Leadership roles, by their nature, come with more influence. A CEO's decisions affect employees. A pastor's teachings shape a congregation. Power itself isn't good or bad, it's a tool. A hammer can build a house or break a window. It all depends on the user's intent. The same is true for power. Used constructively, it can achieve great good. Used poorly, it can cause immense harm. The question for leaders isn't whether they have power, it's how they will use it. Will it be for personal gain or for the benefit of others? We often think of power as positional, a uniform, a prestigious-looking office. Within the church, this may include the pastor, vicar, reverend, bishop, deacon, etc., but there are other forms of power. Personal power comes from character, honesty, integrity, compassion. People with personal power inspire trust and admiration. They influence others through their actions and example. Then there's spiritual power. This comes from God. It's not about ego or ambition. It's about humility and service. It's about seeking God's will and relying on His strength. This type of power is essential for Christian leaders. The way we use power reveals our hearts. Are we driven by ego and ambition, or by love and service? Power can be intoxicating. It can tempt us to put our needs first, to make decisions based on pride rather than principle. That's why accountability is crucial, especially in the church. Leaders are accountable to God, to their congregation, and to each other. Transparency is vital. Open communication builds trust. Clear guidelines prevent abuse. Training can equip leaders to recognize and resist the temptations of power. The Apostle Paul wrote in Philippians 2:3, "Don't act out of selfish ambition or conceit." These words are a potent reminder for all of us, but especially for those in positions of authority. True leadership isn't about lording power over others. It's about serving them with love and humility. It's about following Jesus' example, who said, "The greatest among you will be your servant." Religion is increasingly being used by some leaders as a tool to control the mind. Once we get to a stage when someone else influences every aspect of our lives, we begin to lose the unique values that define who we are. Leaders who misuse power in the church are notorious for playing this mind game, especially when they flip scripture to suit their own agendas. Power is an uncomfortable gift. You either know how to use it or you don't. The question is, what kind of power do you have? How do you leverage it? And how do you use it? Have you recognized the untold damages and impact of using excessive power in your role as a leader? How do you ensure you use power in the right way to create and add value in your church? It is a good idea to conduct an assessment of your use of power. Excessive use of power can create reluctant followers and itself constitute a leadership failure. Self-reflection and feedback from others can provide insight into how power is being wielded. Are you inspiring those you lead, or are you instilling fear? Are you fostering growth, or are you stifling it? True power lies in empowerment, in lifting others up rather than holding them down. Remember, the ultimate goal of leadership is to serve, not to dominate. Jesus himself demonstrated this by washing the feet of his disciples, an act of humility and service. By following his example, leaders can ensure their power is used for the greater good, creating a community based on love, trust, and mutual respect. In the end, power should be a tool for positive change, not a weapon for control. Reflect on your own use of power and strive to be a leader who builds up, rather than tears down. Thank you for watching.